Hey, what's up everyone? Josh with Fitness253 here for another meal prep video. We're drinking broquitos right now and we're about to meal prep, and it's going to be my favorite of all time, which is breakfast meal prep. It's ridiculously simple. It's going to be a half chicken, half egg for the source of protein, O'Brien potatoes for the starch and the bulk of the carbs, and some spinach for those much needed vegetables. Let's show you what we got to make. I'll show you the whole gamut of what we got going on, and then we'll jump to the process.
All right, so first thing we got up is spinach. Like I said, it's going to be our side dish, O'Brien potatoes. We're going to put some green onions in there for not only garnish, but it's going to add a lot of flavor. We are going to use 18 eggs in total, a little bit of chopped onion, Mexican cheese to put on top, and of course these spices. Again, a hot sauce, whatever you like. I always go with Frank's Red Hot. That's my go-to. And depending on what you like, the spices you can add. I always add garlic, onion, salt, and pepper, but that's up to you on what you want. Those are our ingredients for this meal prep. Let's get to the process. So one of the heating tools we're going to be using is this right here. It's a simple $20 to $25 skillet. As you can see, I've used and abused this one. They are practically immortal. They are good for everything from grilling chicken if you don't have a grill, to cooking fish, potatoes, eggs, quesadillas. Chances are for 20 bucks you could cook it on this. We've already got the chicken off the grill. I timed it to where the chicken will be ready right when the grill is heated. We're gonna wait for it to come just a little bit higher to temperature, and we're gonna start with the first step, which is cooking the O'Brien potatoes, which I've previously microwaved just to take the thaw off, and we're gonna jump to that.
All right, so the grill is nice and hot. We're gonna hit it with a little non-stick spray. That way the potatoes don't get anything crazy on us, and throw it on there. So depending on what size grill you have, you might have to do this in 1, 2, or even 3 steps depending on how much you can fit on there. That was one entire bag of O'Brien potatoes. A lot of the times they're going to be the same size, so it doesn't really matter. Again, your scaling of the meal prep is going to be variant on what your goals are. Now while that cooks in the background, we'll talk about what you're eating for your goals. Now if your goal is to lose weight and get fit, chances are if you're already heavy set, you're eating too much. So decrease that portion size by half and increase your rate of exercise, you will see results. And if you're that really skinny person like I once was, and you're trying to gain that lean body mass or bulk, you want to increase that caloric intake by double. And it's all a matter of scaling. If you start to notice that you're putting on a little bit too much bad weight or dirty bulk, then just dial it down. It's all a matter of finding that fine line between adding too much and not adding enough. Again, it's all variant on your goals. You can hit me up on Twitter or in the comments below on what your goal is and what your nutrition plan looks like. I'm not a nutritionist, but chances are with enough logic and common sense, I can get you to your goals, especially with this meal prep, which can go for pretty much any goal. We're gonna jump to the next step, which is all the potatoes behind me, fully cooked and in the pan, and we'll start in on the eggs. As you can see, the potatoes got an awesome brown in them. We're gonna go ahead and put them in the dish and start working on the eggs. In between, I'm gonna scrape the griddle off, clean it, that way those eggs have a good surface to go on, because if you throw them right after these potatoes, they are going to stick on this grill. Even though it's a non-stick, that's just how life works. So we've cleaned it, we've got a nice new layer of non-stick spray on there, and we're gonna go small portion at a time, just because pouring this whole thing on here is probably gonna be ridiculous. And the key to scrambled eggs is constantly keeping it moving. All right, so we kept it moving. You don't want it to be super cooked. You got to think ahead. You're going to microwave this when you go to meal prep it a little bit later on. So if you overcook it here, you're just going to microwave it and super overcook it later. So you want it to be a little bit under, but you'll be able to tell. It'll start getting a nice golden brown texture on it. We're going to do this probably like 5 or 6 times over, because 18 eggs equals a lot of omelet. I'll catch you guys up when we have a full pan of both the eggs, the potatoes, the chicken, and we'll plate it all up, get it in a meal prep container, and take a look at what we made. One thing to note as I have the spinach microwaving behind me is that each time you dump the eggs onto the griddle, it is going to lose temperature. So make sure to bring that griddle back up to the proper temperature. Luckily enough, on mine, there's a little light indicating whether or not it's been brought up to the 350 degrees that we cook scrambled eggs on. just take that into consideration. Each time you cook on it, it's gonna drop that heat. Just make sure you bring it back. That way it's easy to cook on. Just a real quick lesson while we're waiting for the grill to heat up for probably like the 4th time now, is that failure is always an option. It's a Mythbusters catchphrase, and it's also one of mine as well. The other week, I made a ton of spicy Thai peanut chicken, and it turned out really good. When I first cooked it, it was awesome. The sauce was super good. It was probably one of the best meal preps I've ever made. I put a bunch of them in the fridge, probably about 5 or 6 different meal preps to eat over the week. And I got to work and I went to have a meal prep for one of my lunches, and it was disgusting. I forgot to anticipate microwaving the peanut butter would probably not be a good idea, and it was an absolute fail, and it was all over the chicken and all over the meal prep. It was completely unsalvageable, and it was an utter fail. But that's just one thing to take into account with not only meal prep but life in general, is you're going to fail. It's the same thing that motivational websites and the people you see on Twitter posting motivational stuff to try to uplift you. It's the same thing as that. It's that you're going to fail, and it's how you get back up. And it would have been really easy to be like, screw this meal prep, it's not worth it, I'm just gonna go after boring chicken and rice. But you know what? We failed one time. There's a ton more stuff we could do to redeem ourselves, and we're gonna do it right here. And what better way to come back after failing so hard on microwave peanut butter chicken than breakfast, which, as you guys know, is my jam. So we're gonna get right back on it from fail to pass with breakfast meal prep. It's probably ready behind me, and we're gonna prep it.
As you can see, it makes a ton of meal prep. Obviously the chicken on the left, the potatoes in the middle, and the ridiculous amount of eggs on the right. There's our spinach, and there's our toppings. I'll let you choose however you want to spice it. Obviously, when I cook the chicken over here, I put a little salt and pepper, a little bit of onion and garlic. The potatoes, I just season with salt and pepper. Again, if you're gonna multi-season stuff, you want to take into fact that you got garlic here, you got garlic there, and you got garlic there. You don't want it to be ridiculously overpowered. For the spinach, I'm gonna leave it alone. I like just normal spinach. If you want to put a little salt and pepper on it, you can. I am gonna douse a lot of this with hot sauce. We're gonna assemble this in the meal prep containers. All right, all that hard work has paid off with this awesome meal prep. It's got cheese, chicken, and eggs with O'Brien potatoes and spinach.
Definitely an awesome breakfast bake, chicken scramble, however you want to do it. It's breakfast meal prep, and I'm still going to continue to eat the same breakfast I eat. These are just going to be my supplementary meals throughout the day, along with a weight gaining shake in between each one of these meals. Now that's because I'm bulking, as you guys know, on that road to 265. Any of this that you've seen can be changed for your goals. If you're trying to lose weight, cut it in half. If you're allergic to anything, or if you want to add something, by all means add it. Even let me know in the comments that you made this meal prep but you did it this way, or you did it that way, or you completely changed it all together and you want me to know that it's awesome the way you did it. Let me know in the comments below or on Twitter as well. Let me know if you guys like the way this is shot. If you want to see a different one, if you want to see the full start to finish with all of my outtakes, including spilling a ton of eggs off the backside of the grill because I wasn't paying attention and trying to record at the same time, or if you like the way I do it, where I cut here and I cut there and I do a little fast frame, let me know. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. I appreciate you guys taking a look at this video, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, follow me on Twitter. I appreciate all the support you guys have already given me. Let's continue to spread that word and make this fitness community that much bigger. As always, take it easy.